bor Pin Ping William Ato in Juba Malatori Ayam Yo Pin Ping William Ato in Benti Wala Kwaju Kaya Wow Pin Ping William Ato in Malkal Wala Pinyaram Pin Ping William
Thank you so much to our viewers, wherever you are tuning in. Welcome to Lake State Media Beyond Boundaries. And I urge all of you to share this live show. We have in the studio the team of political leaders of our country, the young, vibrant minds who have been always following up the affairs of the country and who are trying their best to contribute positively to impact the positive change that we all desire to have in the country. Permit me to welcome each one of them on the podium. And in the studio with me, we have Malin Kur, who is the member and the leader, also the member and the leader of the group, the part of the leadership of the National Progress Party, NPP. And we have Ben Ding Ding, also is here with us, is a leader also on that party. And we have Ben Agog Manyang. Agog is also a leader of National Progress Party. And not only three of them, we still have more people who are on their way. They might join us along the discussions. If not, then we'll have part two of this interview or this conversation. To remind you again, our conversation is basically a political conversation. And as a new political party, they have a lot to share with South Sudanese, and they have a lot to tell us. And on the same note, we will not take much of your time. They will introduce the political party, and they will send a message to all South Sudanese who will be watching, and they will have comments in regard to the elections of our country. Those are the few things that we will actually talk about before we end our today conversation. Permit me to welcome each one of them in order to introduce himself and give us some remarks before we dive into our conversation. And to remind you once again, the language of this conversation will be mixed. You can choose to speak in Arabic, you can choose to speak in Dinka, you can choose to speak in English, as long the message will be delivered accordingly. And the viewers will understand the conversations of National Progress Party. Thank you so much. Permit me to welcome Ding Ding to give us his opening remark. Thereafter, we'll go to Agong Manyang, and then we conclude it with Malin Ukur. Ben Ding Ding, the chance is yours. Activate your mic.
Thank you, Brother Majok and Brother Abram and Lake State Media at large, and also Lake State viewers who are watching today on our show. So we are very thankful for welcoming us to do our representation on your show. It's our pleasure indeed. My name, as you heard from Brother Majok, I'm Ding Ding from Northern Barkazal, and also a member of NPP and team leader of NPP, new party that exists now in Southern Sudan. So that's a little introduction I want to say so that we can save time. And within time, we will come and explain more on why we are here, so that we tell our viewers and also the public of Southern Sudan to know this is a new party that existed. And that's why we came here, because we see Lake Media is one of the very important and well-known media in Southern Sudan at large, that most people listen to it because it is very positive media. that can hear out the concern or the message of South Sudan or also Sudanese who are anywhere that they are, that they need to pass the message. So that's what I want to say first to the Lake Media. Thank you so much for welcoming us to host us in this show so that we can send our message to the Southern Sudanese who are in diaspora or wherever they are to know what is NPP today. Thank you so much. And I will welcome Brother James Gongmanyang to introduce himself, and then we'll go to to Jacob Malit, and then we will dive into NPP existence in Southern Sudan and how we become to be NPP at this moment. So thank you so much, Brother James. And also like Majok said it, we have two people who are supposed to be here, our acting chairman, which is Daniel Mabiora Chek. He's not in here, but he's trying to come in. If he's managed to come in later, he will come and represent NPP also. And also we have our secretary in Africa, in Juba, called Alexander Dan Mawe. Also is trying to log in. And if they manage, he will come to be part of us, and we'll continue hearing out NPP message. Thank you so much. Welcome, Mr. James.
Thank you so much, Ben Ding. Before James Agok, our viewers, let me remind you once again, kindly share this live show. And as you have heard from Ding Ding, Ding Ding is the deputy chair of the National Progress Party, and the chairperson is Maborachek, which he mentioned, and is on his way to join the studio. And as the two will introduce themselves, they will also mention their positions. And to make it clear, they said they are coordinating body and they are on the process on establishing the full structure of the leadership of NPP. If I'm not wrong, then they will still correct me on that. Thank you so much, Banyagok. You can take the floor.
Well, thank you very much, Brother Majuk and the team at the State Lake Media. We appreciate the time you have given to welcome us to your studio today. We also want to welcome and appreciate all your viewers who tune in today and who will actually listen to this broadcast later on. My name is Agog Manyang Agog. I live in Des Moines, Iowa, part of the United States. I'm from Jonglei State. Currently, we don't have the permanent leaderships put in place. What we have right now is the interim leaderships. As we are waiting for all the South Sudanese to join, we will from there decide, we'll be able to find the right person who can lead the party, who will actually have interest to lead this political party later on. So we're still building base. We are, all of us in the studio here, we are all founding members of these political parties, along with the other members that are missing, not here today, and they will be joining us shortly. So I just wanted to say we appreciate the team here, Lake Media, Lake State Media, for the good work they have put in for a few years now. There are many ways to build a country, and this is one of those ways that we can move our country forward. So I will leave it here, and I will pass the mic to Brother Jacob Malit to introduce himself. We'll give you more detail about who we are as a new political party. Although we have existed for a little while, we have existed for more than 6 years, but then we have been operational in South Sudan for more than 3 years. So that's what I could tell you right now. Thank you very much for giving us a chance.
Thank you so much, Benagok. We'll go straight to Malit. The chance is yours.
Okay, thank you. I would like to give my thanks to my brothers at Lake State Media. And before I would say anything, I want to express my sadness and condolences to Lake community Lake State community and South Sudanese community for the passing of our one of generals, of course, Matur Chut. So that's a sad part of what we have this year. So, but that's what it is. So in Dinka, they say, Pinchangudak. So General Matura has done his part. He contributed to this, to the liberation of this country. So it's something that we cannot forget. So we need to give thanks to his family for giving them to South Sudan in order to make that significant contribution to our country. So we are saddened by his passing, but there is nothing more we can do, but we can express our condolences. And these are the people we are going to remember because they are the fathers and mothers of South Sudan. So we express our condolences to Lake State community and to the community of South Sudan as a whole and to the liberation movement. So having said that, of course, I'm not going to say anything more than what brothers have already said, because we are going to talk more. So we are here tonight and today in other parties, in other parts of the world, where if it is morning somewhere else there, we are here to share our message as a party with South Sudanese community. And we are going to tell you exactly what are our objectives and why we chose to establish this party. So that's why we're here. And we are thankful to Lake States Media for hosting us today. So we appreciate their time and their generous offer to host our talk tonight. So we are going to address you directly, you people of South Sudan, about what we stand for as a political party, and we are going to say exactly why do we exist in the first place. So thank you so much, and we are going to talk more. So that's what I can say.
Thank you so much, the leadership and the founders of National Progress Party. On behalf of Lake State Media, we really appreciate your time, and we really appreciate your coming. And by the fact that you came up with a political party, as Benyago put it before, that there are many ways to shape the nation and many ways to shape the society. You are also contributing in that angle, and we really appreciate you for that. And now we move to the the core values to why we have this discussion. As you said before, you are the founders and you are the coordinating body per now. Kindly, can you tell the viewers, South Sudanese who are watching you, how did you came up with the issue of political party? And what is National Progress Party all about? Each one of you can give us the summary of what is National Progress Party. Thereafter, we'll move to other topic. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Majok. I will start again, and then other James and Jacob will come after. Yes, ko ba kang lin Brother Majok kan be jam tong monjang ko be koi ko won ke wi big pun kaman big ben ping ko bu ben lue to English ba den. Ai tabano wa National Progress Party the chit che ye posten ko reason in loyok association kana in political party we could bonang our own opinion so that we can be able to contribute bonang ko woni na lu ka sharak bai ko lu sharak ku bu ko won ke ne ideas won ke to kan nim ka lu bi bai bi ya tuen bu bi nang pursa bi ke banang to won bi ke ka ken ko woni ka ta ka pot ko won go ba ya tuen bi ke ben bai tuen kana one of the reason chok NPP yega so ku bu ko bi shabab ko ke to ko won ke yoga nang pa ko bi gwir bai ki banang pursa bi ke ben lui ku pano ngi demokratia in political party a system chol kadang banang party any chol nang ku duon wi balwel peacefully the intake then. So kana in chocolate velo kwa political party book loy kubuk nang ways who contribute getting because political party in chulo because of leadership because how we can contribute ko wona wi book by book ya twing tawon wi book lo kwen dal chukti ne dal wen book book by point in ko kon wa jok 2021 that is the process in cholu gadam no hukuma lwele no to wijin by a political party you have to go through the steps one ke wike kubina bina well known party when in bi by bi jal gamra ngana political party when cholo so wajok 2011 and then from there we follow the procedures one ke which long party requirement so kabana choko ye fulfill until last year wachi ban lo buka our first kadang convention bulo fi nyakoren for 3 days kana cholo kienting ganing fanela kana that was the time in chok fanela in chok our kadang meeting in chok loiten kuja kujalo uji tok and I'm sure you know to do the convention as a political party that is one of the few stage of final stage being recognized party when in of Sudan. Now we are recognized as a party in South Sudan. Muntin talkatin and in go ne koi when ke participate ka week fi amendment to come your amendment by we do go our representative or walo we participating we contributing ka won ke week ke share to be by the twin so kana en ke week ko balwe na chin process lo as a political party could have not reached that stage kanyen kene chu budot kana ene kana week wa martin when because na ningi da no ben jackson go ben bay chan bu kursa chala kori ki james ben go ba jacob ko koy ko ben no ben baden na aning solar ko ke ben ti ka bu ben ye answer te chitawon chika tiaiten kana bu koy ten ko brother james ba ye welcome ko bula twing so kana o water in 10 states as a requirement until badene yak exists in where water in all of South Sudan our members ato ko lui the way in chi requirement yel welten so kanen ki go nyot kanen kane cho go bo show ya kol ko bu South Sudanese won ke we be a part of this bu ko ye welcome you know kana a chu jo quick we ran ban ko ben you know ko banga ne gi pe de tingal bulo ke del bina member the NPP any ku kun yar chana benten bimba na part of it and then you come and contribute ku by ku pya kan is one of the reason book shabab kun ke to buke you welcome or anybody that is willing to be a part of our NPP the door is open ku toten ka our contacts if you want to approach us you can approach us individually and then we can tell you how you become a member and then you become a member and then you go along with us until the time or until to the direction that we need to go. So that's what I can say now. Others will be added by James and Jacob. So please, James, welcome. You got to unmute, James.
Well, thank you very much, Bending. I think you captured most of our the message about who we are as a political party. Thank you for that, and thanks again to the Lake State media for giving us this opportunity. First, I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit here, English language, along with the Dinka, and I'm gonna approach this message a little bit differently. First thing, if you had taken a chance to look at our logo, you will see like a pie part to it that we can explain later on. It has 5 part to it. That is in a form of campus. It does capture the major part of our message. But then what I'm going to say here, I'm going to approach this from a different perspective. South Sudan currently is in a state of revolution. And when you talk about revolution, it is often misunderstood. People will think you are talking about using gun. We all know that stage has already been accomplished, and we had Dr. Garang with all other heroes to thanks for that, including our women who contributed food to those soldiers. So the stage of gun had been accomplished. The next stage, we have the second phase of revolutions. When we talk about revolutions, we have a political stage, we have social cultural revolutions stage, and we have economic revolution. When we talk about political revolutions, there are a number of things that we have to understand how political revolution works. Is for those in power and those vying to be in power to understand the importance of knowing exactly who the power belongs to. That is the key part of political revolutions. You ought to understand exactly that power belongs to the people, and people can ask at any time. You can say, we need our power back, especially if you don't treat them right. They will ask for that power back. And I think that is the stage we are in right now, with all these political parties, with all the activists out there in South Sudan, is part of a political revolution. There is something that is not going right, and they say this power belongs to the people. The other stage is a social revolution, social-cultural revolutions of our country, where we have to let our people know. The Dinka have to understand, we have to change the mindset of Dinka toward the Bari, the mindset of the Nuer toward the Dinka, the mindset of the Acholi toward the Shilluk in South Sudan. That is another stage of social revolution. We have to change that in order to understand that each tribe that currently live in South Sudan is not going anywhere. This country belongs to all of us. This is our country. Pankene e pandawadia. Until we understand that stage, that the Chiluk is not going anywhere, that the Dinka is not going anywhere, and the perception of each tribe toward the other tribe, till we change that, it will be very difficult to move forward as a country. That stage, it will take all of us collectively to get engaged and try to mingle, talk to each other, so that each other can understand where the other person, the value of the other group of people in South Sudan. So we have to understand that no tribe is going anywhere. And the moment we understand that, then we will work together to move this country forward. That is another stage of revolution. And the other stage is an economic revolution. For people to actually to be happy in their own country, we have to provide a conducive environment for each individual to be able to engage. Kuba lo yichin, kuduni lo yichin en kay chat ka jiran. Yadda mismesa ya lo ran tekej eran lu. It doesn't matter what you do. Kilo yen kay yin chat tekej. And that stage akor kubu yen kokwa. Ran kor bapur ka bapur. Ran be tajer ka be tajer. Ran kor be CS ka be CS peace in South Sudan. By a business person, can be a business person. That stage another revolution. And to our audience, Kodai Iten, I can be revolution alloy, I can revolution alloy, I can participate in it. That is why we are here. That is why Lake Media is here, because for that revolution to take place, to happen, we have to participate in it. That is our full message. We'll give additional detail later on. Thank you very much for your time. Jacob, you can pick it up.
Okay, thank you, James, and I would like to thank Lex State Media and people who are watching this event. What I'm going to say is exactly why did we form the NPP. Of course, most of us were part of the SPLM, and we have nothing against the SPLM as a political party, because this is the party in which we grew up, and we learned politics first in the SPLM. So we participated in the SPLM in all aspects of the liberation of South Sudan. So there is nothing we are going to say against the SPLM. But what we know is this, and that's the reason we formed the NPP. Our party, the main party, the SPLM, has failed South Sudanese and has failed South Sudan. SPLM has been in power for the last 13 years of existence of South Sudan. And what they have brought to the country is war and mismanagement of our own resources. So that's why our people have no schools, have no hospitals, there are no roads, and there is insecurity everywhere. Everybody is fighting the other. So it has become a land of robbery where criminals come everywhere. They come in East Africa, wherever they are, to come and steal things and cause troubles in South Sudan. But we, as the grassroots of we were members of the grassroots in the SPLM, so nobody listened to us. And to have a voice, we decided to form the National Progress Party. And the reason we did that is to highlight the thing that our main party, the SPLM, has not done. And that's the major part. So what we want in South Sudan is a positive political change. And what does that mean? It means that the power has to go to the people so that people can speak. And the government must listen to what the people say, because people are the ones who own the power, not the other way around. So that's one of the things. So we want to highlight this to the South Sudanese people, that power is their own. It is their power, it is their country. Power belongs to them. And if there is a change that is needs to be done in the country, it has to come through the people. Because when we voted in 2011, it was our vote that legitimized the struggle that we did for the last 21 years. It became legitimate after we voted. And now we have South Sudan as a country. So the real liberators of South Sudan are the people in the countryside. They were the ones who fed us as members of the SPLA to fight the war of liberation. They accommodated us, and they did everything, giving us their resources. And they encouraged their own children to go and fight for the country. So that's one of the things that we created the National Progress Party for it. So you can notice our name there, we say National Progress. The main word is progress. We don't say we are progressive. There is difference between progressive and progress. We are talking about how South Sudan should move forward. We are not fostering a social ideology that is going to transform South Sudan. No, what we need to transform is our economy, our local politics, so that our people can find their voice in their own country and do the things for themselves, where there is no crime, so that our children can go to school. We build universities, we build roads, people can make business and make money because there are resources in South Sudan. The only thing we need is peace. So the National Progress Party has many objectives. We need peace in South Sudan. We need South Sudanese to have a voice, to be the people who can decide who is going to be their leader. They will be the one to decide, do they have to do anything other than what they need for themselves? Not only one person can decide and then lead us to war or just destroy our resources as they wish. So that's a major part of why we formed the National Progress Party. And now we are calling for all South Sudanese to join the National Progress Party, because the people who are fighting now are all factions within the SPLM. You don't find someone from anywhere else other than a breakaway faction of the SPLM. So these people, what they are looking for is something very different. And that's why they silence everyone else. When you say something, nobody's going to listen to you. They block your way. So we formed the National Progress Party in order to open a space, political space for everyone, so that we challenge people who are causing problems to our country now without accountability. So we are here for peace, positive change, economic prosperity for our people, and progress, so that our children can go to school. We build universities instead of building houses outside South Sudan. So these are the things that we stand for, and that's what we come forward as a political party in order to bring that positive change to our people. So these are our objectives. What we don't want is anyone creating another war in South Sudan. These are the people we oppose. We don't want war in South Sudan anymore. Like James said before, the time of fighting is already over. Now is the time of fighting using ideas. If you have ideas that are going to build South Sudan, why do we need to kill your people? Give them those ideas so that they can build up the country. So it becomes a sanctuary for people who want to live normal life. So that we say thank you to our people who supported us with their own resources, contributing their cows, their grain, their fish, anything that they collected for the SPLA to fight the war. So it is time now to repay them, not the time to displace them again. So we challenge our first party, the SPLM. What have you done in South Sudan so far, other than causing wars and power struggle? So that's why we have the National Progress Party, in order to bring positive change, positive political change in South Sudan, so that our people can sit down and bring up their own economy, not depending on UN or any other agency to support them. So that's the point we stand for, and we want progress in our country, so that South Sudanese can have relief again from all these years of displacement and destruction. So that's the main point of the National Progress Party, and that's the message we want to put across tonight through the Lake State media. We are going to ask other media across South Sudan to carry this message and invite us to go and share our political message on their forum, so that all South Sudanese can listen to what we are bringing. We are not coming with any disturbances. We are not coming with any kind of destruction. We are coming with positive ideas, because we made major contribution to this country. We were born there, we fought for it, and we still stand for it, regardless of wherever we are in any part of the world, because our hearts and minds are still inside South Sudan. And whatever brings progress and development to South Sudan, that's what we want. We don't want war anymore in South Sudan. And we want South Sudanese to move away from those who encourage war, and go and make collaboration with those who preach peace, so that our children can go to school, so that our hospitals are built for our people. So that's the main message of the National Progress Party, and that's why we call it National Progress Party. We don't want to go back, and we don't want to destroy anything in South Sudan anymore. So who is going to build again what has been destroyed? The same South Sudanese are the ones who are going to build it again. So why do we waste our human and material resources for nonsense? So we don't need to follow people, but we need to follow South Sudan and build it for ourselves and for our children and for our grandchildren, to make it a peaceful place in Africa and in the world. So that's our message, and I'm going to stop here, and then we will elaborate on it again if there are questions that are coming up.
Thank you so much, the leadership of National Progress Party, NPP, for your elaborate introductions. And you have actually maintained the time, and you exhausted most of the points that many viewers or many South Sudanese might deem to hear from you. And you have actually mentioned them a lot. The first thing is that most of South Sudanese, especially the citizens, are wondering, the only party most of country population knows now is only SPLM, and the faction of the SPLM who are actually in the agreement, revitalize agreement every time. And people were asking, are there South Sudanese who are willing to join the political arena with a new name, with a new political party? Here now they are. As the viewers, share it and kindly get the message correctly. They are here to change the political trajectory. They are not here to distribute guns. They are not here to exchange bullets. They are here to exchange the ideas. They are here to distribute the ideas on how citizens may engage politically and being informed on how to participate in their political affairs. Thank you so much, and God be with you. As we move to the next questions, and I believe each one of you will be taking 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes in order to serve our time. Some months ago, especially last year, you were seen in Nyakureng launching NPP. And many citizens have been wondering, why are these new political party launching their party? Have they been registered? Have they been accepted by the political actors in the country? And there is this rumors that if you launch anything in Juba regard to politics, then you will be questioned by the security organs. You will also tell us your perspective and your view and your experience during the launching of National Progress Party. And for reason of you telling us your experience is actually to inform other citizens who are having their briefcase political parties outside South Sudan, and they fear to go to the country with this notion that we will be arrested, we will not be allowed to operate, there is no political space. So you will tell us what was your experience during the launching, and have you been registered in the country, and what kind of recognitions are you maintaining now as South Sudan? Thank you so much. I will start with Malit. Then from Malit, we go to Agog. From Agog, the deputy chair, who is now on this platform, the acting chair, will conclude it. The protocol must always consider the high table. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. So, what I'm going to say is this: we have a provisional license in South Sudan as a political party. So, and now we need a permanent license. Our offices are in Juba and other states of South Sudan. So, when we went there last time to conduct our a convention, of course, we went to the Interior Ministry to ask for permission. So that's something normal in any country. If you want to conduct any public event, you let the security organs know so that they can protect your session. So that's what we did last time. So we went there. We're not afraid of anything because that's our country, and we have every right to do what we wanted, as long as it is not disturbing the law. So what we are trying to do is to ask other political parties who are just hiding somewhere. We ask all these political parties to join us so that we can form a formidable opponent to the SPLM. We are not opposing the SPLM to cause disturbances. We are telling them we have failed the country. So now it is time for other people to take up the torch and then build the country. So that's part of our message. So last time we went to the Ministry of Interior and we asked for permission, and it was granted to us. So we went to Nyakoren because that's a public place. Everybody knows. So we were not hiding that, because there is nothing that we were hiding. We were coming openly as South Sudanese, as people who fought for South Sudan, as people who want to build South Sudan. So we do not have any hidden agenda. We don't have any ill motive, because that's our country. Our mothers, our sisters, our brothers are there. And so what we want for them is peace and progress. So that's what we did last time. Now, what we need to do, what we don't have is that we are not rich. We don't have a lot of money to go to expensive media so that our program is aired everywhere. What we do is we go to the villages and talk to people, tell them, here is the new party and here is what we need to do. And the reason we formed this party, not because we hate the SPLM, but the SPLM has failed to deliver to the people. So we want to tell people that the SPLM has failed. So it's not a secret. They know it. There are no roads going out from Juba to the countryside. So it is a reality. There are no schools, there are no hospitals. So what is going on? That's a failure. And that's the message is coming with us as a new party. And now we are not afraid of being in South Sudan, and we are registered. Now we are going to register for the election so that we are enlisted as a party that is going to compete in the election. So we are in South Sudan, and we are going to remain in South Sudan as long as South Sudan exists. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ben. Is Ben Makur still here? Thank you, Jacob, for your time and for that elaborate explanations. Well, actually, when we sat down as the founders and brainstorm as to whether we need a political party or not, we first carefully look into some of the requirements from the requirement to have a political party in South Sudan. We look into South Sudan constitutions. We review that, and we also approach the political parties council in the country to give us some of the details to have a political party in the country. They gave us the list. We went through that list, which include actually going around and registering number of people, members. Those are the stages we followed. We went through those stages. We sent people to the villages, some of our members to the villages, to the grassroots, to actually talk to the people in the village while registering them, tell them about our programs. And once they accept, they will register. And then we compile our message, and we hand that message over to the political parties council. The next step was to have a convention in Juba, which we did just last year. Now the stage that is left is to for us to be issued a full registration. There are steps to that, and we hope other political parties, because for this country to move forward, we hope all the political parties can actually follow suit. So there has been stages that we followed, and now after accomplishing that stage of conventions, we are waiting, because our file is with the political parties council. It has also gone to the Ministry of Justice to look at it, and we should be able to have our full registration. It is our country, and we know there are challenges there. We understand the challenges there, but we understood those, and we went through following the constitution of the country. So we don't have the full registration yet, but we have the provisional registrations that we can use to hold rallies in the country. So that is where we are. That's the stage we have right now. I will pass that to Bending to elaborate deeply, because he's the one in charge of mobilization in the country. You cannot have we understood to participate and affect change. You cannot operate only in a foreign country. So we went deep into our country. That is where we want to affect change. So we did the mobilization there. And like I said, Ding is in charge of that. He will go deeper as to his work. I'll pass the mic to Bending.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Jacob and Brother James, and also to you, Majok. Yes, like you said, you already give us 2 minutes. What I want to add, I will add a few things on top of what James and Jacob mentioned about how we accomplish our registration as a NPP party in South Sudan. For me to go back to a question, especially since we start our process of going through the step that party council require you to be a political party, because in organized country you just don't go and form something that you don't know the rules. We approached, like what James said, we went step by step to the whole process that we did. We went to the all 10 states as they required. We bring the numbers that as they required and beyond, and we submitted to them. We've been in touch with them, and since we've been in the states, we never experienced the threat like what people mention now. There is no political space. There is no security when you go on the ground. You don't feel secure and all this. We have people even now. We can call people from the grassroots, and then we can talk to them. We do our meetings on phones, on mobilization gathering wherever they are. And what we do, we inform the personnel. We go to the police, security, national security. We say we are going to do this as they required, and sometimes they provide security to us. So they say, okay, you guys go and do registration. They inform the people that we are going to, so that we are not illegal. So that what we realized, that's how we finish our mobilization, and now we still continuous. We didn't stop. We are still mobilizing day and night in those areas of South Sudan generally, in Payams, in counties, in Bomas, in states. So we are still mobilizing more members. We did not stop saying we submit all our requirements to the party council. We are still mobilizing more so we can have more members. So last time when we went for our convention, we went to national security. They give us the okay, the authority, that the approval that we can go ahead and they provide security to us in Nyakuren. That's one thing. And also party council is give us the letter of now we are allowed to do what convention. So those are the few things that I want to tell the other parties that who are around and they feel that they are not secure if they go out and do their mobilization to be a political registered party, that they don't feel safe and they cannot go there. So that is not there. What I can say, as long as you follow the rules and regulations that they require you to do it. And I'm sure last time, a couple of weeks ago, political party councils has announced that the floor is open to anyone who want to form their party. So you guys go and do your registration and come back, so that within 3 months, so you'll be fully registered, so that you will not be left behind by the rules. So that's what I can say now, Brother Majok. We are there existing, and we never feel threat of any side, because we have followed the rules that the government set forward. If you want to become a political party, follow this and this, and that's how we are now up to today. Thank you so much.
Uh, Thank you so much, Deputy Chair Ding Ding, Brother Jacob Agog, and also Malinkur, for explaining the step that you have taken and the message that you have shared across with other political parties who might be having interest to go to South Sudan and establish their political parties to be actively participating in the affairs of the country. But there is a question pending, which you just need to say whether you have it or not. Abiel Kon posed a question under the comment section that have you been given a provisional license? And if yes, when did you receive it? And I believe Abiel Kon is one of the political actors too, and he might want to know more from you. Yeah, that is the question exactly. Thank you.
Yes, to answer that question, yes, the provisional license have not yet been given out because the party council has been restituted last month or 2 months ago. So that's one of the reasons that, but we have the permits that allowed us to operate in South Sudan. For all these years, of 3 years that we are operating, we have the permit from party council. And the reason we didn't get the provisional license has not been given out. There's the party council office, they are not organized that. And I'm off by the time that they will issue that out, we will be the first party will be given a provisional license that shows that we are fully registered. No, we are waiting for them. It's not on our side, but all the requirement, all what they need from us, we turn to them and they are reviewing everything. And they did. Now they told us, let's wait. Now they are doing the process that they will give out the provisional part license. So that's on that part, we did not receive it yet. It is because of party council. They are the one still doing the process of giving them out. By the time we'll get, maybe all other parties who are finished or they are qualified will receive it at the same time. But we have the permit that allowed us that we are a legal party that are registering in states without anything. So that's how I can say it. If there's anything, James and Jacob will add on to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben
Well, I would
Ding
just
Ding.
add this.
Is there addition? Okay, thank you.
Well, I would just add this. I think what binding meant is like the pull registration that can allow you to participate in elections. But that permit we have is they refer it as the provisional license. That's what the political parties council refer to as the provisional license, and we have that. We're able to use that to conduct rallies in the country. But then we're still waiting for the pull registrations that they said would be issued this year, early this year, after they go and inspect our office and after our full constitutions along with the political programs are actually stamped by the Ministry of Justice. So we have the provisional license. I could say that. I think that is what they call it. At least they call it provisional license. So we have that. We have been having it. It's renewable. I think every 3 months. That's what they told us. So we renew that. It will expire. And then we have to go back and renew it so that we could use it, and also so that our members in the country who are actually conducting registration and rallies could continue to use that to conform to the constitution in the country. So that's how I can put it, Bending. I think that's what they refer to as provisional, what we currently have, the permit.
Thank you so much, Benagog, and also Binding Ding, for answering the questions. Basically, if you were given the permit in 2021, literally, in other words, the permit might be the provisional license that will allow you to operate within the country and also tell the security organs that this party is legally operating in the country. Thank you so much. The next question is, there are several alliances that have been formed by other political parties who are outside South Sudan and even within the country. Now we are approaching toward the elections according to the government of South Sudan and according to the Rebuttal Peace Agreement, and also according to the roadmap that by December we will possibly have our elections. of which there are still numerous questions. Have you been part of other opposition groups, grouping here in Western world or outside South Sudan, or you are an independent political party and you have not yet decided to join an alliance while you are moving toward elections? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, James. Majok. I want to answer it in one sentence only. We are not part of it, of those alliance, and we are independent. Electoral party, like the way we are doing, we never alliance with any party that even within and outside here, because we are still on the process of mobilization. That's how we feel it, and up to now, we are not part of any groups that are aligned themselves as a political parties or something like that. We are still on our own. So that's what I can say now, and I can pose it to James and Jacob.
Okay, let me say this. What we are trying to do as a political party, of course, we need alliances, but the reality is we don't want to align with any group that we don't understand their policies. So what we need, what we are calling for now is for the other smaller political parties to join us, to become part of our program, because that's what will make us more powerful politically in South Sudan. So we are not rejecting alliances, but what we are trying to do is to understand what do other parties stand for. So if they stand for peace, progress, and nation building in South Sudan, these are the people we can negotiate with, and then design how do we align with them. So we are, when we say we are not aligned with anybody, it does not mean that we don't want to form alliances with other political parties in South Sudan. What we need to do is to understand what do they stand for, because there are many people there standing for fighting all the time, because we don't want to be any part of people who are causing problem in South Sudan. What we need in South Sudan is peace and progress at this particular point, because we have already fought many wars. So it is time for rebuilding South Sudan. So that's what I can add at this particular point. But we are officially calling for other parties who have not made any headway in their own political program to become part of us, so that they can come and explore what do we stand for and what is our political program, so that we form a powerful alliance that is going to deliver a positive political message to South Sudanese, so that they have peace and progress in their country. So that's what we are. That's what I can add, and so that they cannot hear that we are standing as people who don't want other political parties. No, we like them, but on the condition that they are not part of violence. So that's what we that's the only thing we cannot align with. But if other South Sudanese political parties who are working for peace and progress in South Sudan, yes, we will invite them. But currently we are independent, as Benjing has said, and we will remain independent until South Sudan is in peace, South Sudan is moving forward in a positive way, and our people don't have to run again and become refugees or displaced people. So that we will stand for peace and progress in our country.
Well, thank you,
Thank you.
Benjamin, for that
Yeah, you want
question.
to add something, Benagog?
Yeah, it's not much anyway. I think Jacob and Dean captured most of the things. What I just want to add is that what we are doing is to build base for our party. And like I said early, this stage is to revolutionize the mind of our people. And to do that, you have to get in touch with the grassroots. And so we are going to the grassroots to build that base so that when we decide to probably align with other political parties, then we have something to bring to the table. We just don't want to come like the four of us or the five of us, the 10 of us, and say we are a political party. We first want to actually build a broad base in the grassroots across different states of our country. That is where we are right now. But we're also working on different stages of development in the country. And that's why we needed Alexander, the interim secretary, to be here early, but he's not here, unfortunately, because we have been engaged in other roundtable in the country, actually mostly put together by UNIMIS and UNDP that bring together different parties to the table to have a discussions on number of things that can move the country forward, is including holding election in the country. So we have been engaged in those stuff in the country, and we hope, like we said, we are not against any political parties because there are many ways to move the country forward. We will be happy if it doesn't matter which political party move the country forward, as long as you have a great idea that can affect the change required in the country, we will be there with you. So we're not against any political party, and we hope in the future to align with any political party that has the same ideal that we have. Thank you. You can, Benjamin, you can pick it up.
Okay, thank you guys. I think Ben Majog is far away now. He's okay, he's back. You can mute yourself, Majog.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you so much to our viewers. Continue sharing it and also continue throwing in some of your questions while we still discussing the political issues. Now we are left with two questions. The second question is about the elections. Basically, you have said you have met some of the requirements as per the constitutions and as per the council of political parties, and you have already met the requirement of having members across 10 states as stipulated in the constitution. Are you ready to participate in upcoming elections if it happen, or there are some things that you may deem fit not to participate in order to put your house in place before you join the political race? And if you join the political race, will you be running as independent NPP or alliances, as Malik put it before, that you are open to welcome any political party to join you so that you can have a formidable force behind you toward the championing your agenda and selling your vision to the people of South Sudan? Any of you can have is 2 minutes to throw in some of the ideas. What do you think? Will we have elections or not? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go first. let me go first. Yes, we need that process to begin, because a child does not learn to walk until that child begins walking. So South Sudan has to start. We are not going to have perfect conditions in the country in order to hold the election. We need to start now, regardless of what is going on. As long as there is relative peace in the country, we need to conduct election. It doesn't matter what, because that's the only way we know what is wrong. Because if we are going to wait for perfect conditions, it's going to be forever. Because you never know. So if we said last time we need all South Sudanese to come and fight in the war, no one would have fought. So those who went to the bush, they started fighting until others joined them. So what we need is a relative peace in the country so that we can conduct the election. If we are going to wait, I'm sure if they postpone it this year, it is going to be postponed against next year. So, but then we are not going to begin anyway. So for me, I'm saying this is my opinion as a person and as a member of the NPP, that we conduct the election so that people know how good it is and how bad it is, so that we make improvement. So that's what I would say, and we will invite other political parties to be part of us. But we are going to stand as an independent political party who wants to rule South Sudan and make it a better place for all South Sudanese.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for your opinions. And you have stated it as individual opinions and as also the member. And it is not yet the position of your political party. For your case, you are mindful about the citizen suffering, and you deem fit that we better go for an elections to see, instead of fearing to go for an election because of fear of an unknown. If we go for elections, we will know bad of it and good of it. And when we have elections, we'll have to cheer another elections. And when we conducted it, we'll be in a position knowing that within the next 5 years or 4 years, we'll have another election. And if we keep postponing it, then we'll keep postponing it forever. And nobody knows what will happen. Thank you so much. Let me go to Banyagok. Give us your opinions in regard to the election. What is your take? And then we'll move to the acting chairman on this platform, who is the deputy chair of National Progress Party, Ding Ding. Thank you so much, Jacob Agok. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you.
Yourself, brother.
Thank you, Majuk, for the questions. Well, we all want election to take place in the country, but we're not ignorant about the situation currently facing the all the political actors in the country, and we're also not ignorant about the fact that our population has been scattered because of the conflict in the country. We have millions of people in East Africa and different part of the African continent. We know that. We know registration has not been done. The census has not been accomplished. We know even the newly reconstituted political parties councils and the election commissions have not been actually given the right tool needed for them to care on their work. We're well aware of those stuff, but we are also careful to understand that our people have suffered for too long. It's a big dilemma for the NPP, because if we go for election today, is there a secure environment for our people to go through the process? Those are the questions that are lingering in our mind. Are we able to bring our population back so that they can participate in the election? Because we want our people to participate. That is why we're registering, mobilizing, going to the villages. We want them to be able to cast their vote, because that is their right according to the constitutions. So we want every citizen to be in the country so that they can participate in that process. That is key. If so, the government, we are urging the government to actually put together the security arrangement for the election to take place. We said that during our convention. Please allow a conducive environment for all the political parties to sell their agenda to the people of South Sudan, bring our people back home so that they can be part of this process. Prepare the army force so that they can protect our citizens, and the police and all these departments so that they can provide a conducive environment for our people to participate in the election. But our people are tired of pushing the election every time. We're not sure if the government is even willing, because they know there are many people are not happy. So the government might be dragging their feet to hold the elections. That is why they're not providing that conducive environment to the citizen of South Sudan and make all the necessary arrangements for that process to take place. We're well aware of that. So let nobody take that this new political parties, these individuals are not well aware of the condition facing the country and the condition for a conducive environment that will allow the election to take place. We're well aware of that, but we still know our people have suffered for too long. We cannot always remain in the displaced camps and also in refugee camps. We want to bring our people back home so that they can cultivate and enjoy the fruit of their independence. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ben Ding Ding, the chance is yours.
Yeah, Ben Majok, thank you so much again, and also James and Jacob, yeah, for the opinion and also the opinion of our party or being a members of NPP. Yeah, what I can say, yes, election, for my opinion, I think we need to do election. For us to ask for election, not because of the leadership, because election bring good things, and that's why people yearn for election. One, it bring them the fresh mind that can contribute to the welfare of the nation, and also it make the country move forward into the better direction. Because election will not remain. If we do election today, we will not say, "Oh, SPLM will go back into their position," and none of other parties will not be there. Some of them will still participate, whoever that has good political ideas that can bring them to the changes, and that's what we need, and that's why we need election to be conducted. Because the more we push election forward for us to fix some other things that are not being done or that have been asked for revitalized peace agreement, with delay, because some of them are very expensive, and for us to meet them, to wait for them to be fixed will cause more problems. We don't know on other people's minds that what will it cause. But if we bring election closer, that's where we can know what is need to be fixed on next time, or what can be fixed now. If we say now we need election, there are some numerous questions that will be asked. Did you do this? Are we going to do this, so that they can be on the timetable for election, so that it can be well organized. So there are some rules that all parties will participate in election progress. Like 2 weeks ago, the code of conduct of election has been passed, and this was done on the round table of all parties, like what Brother James said earlier. Because we have programs that been conducted by UNIMIS and UN every 2 weeks or every week, that putting all the parties together and ask them for the ideas. How can we fix this? And there's a question now on the table that move forward to say, if there is no election, what will be next? You see, so that question is one of the very important questions that even as PLM, the ruling party now, are unable to answer it, and that's why they are saying we need to do election so that they can avoid what will be next. You see, because they are the one will be answering that question. And this question, as there are some things that have been adjusted, even like this week, they were supposed to meet and organize a youth union for all parties. You see, that is going to be organized by UNIMIS, and that every party will bring what their representative that will be collapsed, so that they can send a message to the youth all Southern Sudan, across Southern Sudan. So we don't want to say there are progress, but there are much progress are going forward. And if the progress will delay the election, everybody will be aware. If not, the way they are planning that there is election, let's give it to them and let's say we need election, instead of us saying, no, we don't want election, and there's no ways, there's no solution. For us to say, if we don't want election, this will be solution for not us having election. So we cannot say we don't want election, or election not fair or not genuine, while we don't have a solution for it. So let's put on the round table like what people say now, or what UNIMIS does, and we ask those questions there, and we move forward, and we see the condition that will postpone the election, and the condition will bring the election to be safe and genuine for everyone. So this is what I can say now. For me, election is good for us to do it now, so that if there is anything we need to be fixed, we can push the government to make it happen. We can see if there's some conditions that are terrible, some things that are terrible not to be fixed, then we can fix them. Last time we did election, this and this are not being well done. Let's fix it as a country, and then we have a very good, genuine election next time. So as a NPP party, we need election to be conducted. And let's join all our hand other parties, and let's push together so that we can make election be conducted and we avoid those suffering for our nation together. So that's what we can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the leadership of National Progress Party, for coming to Lagos State Media and share your opinions in regard to your political party and in regard to the affairs of the country. Seeing the time which we agreed before has already elapsed, we'll go to our last comments, if you don't mind. And if there is nothing that you want us to, you want to put across to our viewers, then you will be entitled to add your voice through this time frame that we are left with. So to begin with, I would like each one of you to give your last message or your last comments. As a political party, what message do you want South Sudanese who are watching you now to take it home with them and to share it with your colleague? Secondly, as a political party, what is your message to the government of national unity in Juba, and most especially the electoral commission body? So these are the few things that I need you to put in your last remarks while you will explore some of the things that you want to add on. And to begin with, I will begin with Banyagok Manyang to give us your last comments on those two accounts and anything that you deem fit you want to share with your fellow citizen. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you to the Lake Media for the great work. Continue to do what you are doing. You are affecting change. You bring people here, different group of people, activists, political parties, leaders, and different actors in the country to share their views about on how we can move our country forward. We appreciate the time you have given, and I want to appreciate the viewers for taking their time to listen. We're also calling on them to join us in this. This is like another level of fight. Like I said, it's the revolutions, and the revolution has different stages. We are in a stage of political, cultural, and social revolution, and economic revolutions. Please join us so that we can move this country forward, so that we can be respected across different countries in the world, and especially in Africa. Our people have suffered for so long. We also want to understand this as South Sudanese. There is a wind of change currently going on across the African continents, where there is a conversation about moving the continent forwards. People are talking about development in their own countries. So it is time for South Sudan to be stable, bring their people together so that they can contribute to the development of the continent. So that when our children join hands, they will proudly do so with the other African brothers and sisters. We urge our government realize that we cannot get to the stage where we can participate in the world and the African issues until we put our house in order. So please make sure this election take place by providing conducive environment to our people and providing a conducive environment for the political parties to participate in it. That is the message of the NPP. We want the election to take place. It's been years, and our people have suffered for too long. It is time for them to enjoy what they fought for. Our message is simple. It is simply put in a form of campus. We're talking about unity of our people, the unity that we saw when we gained independence, when we voted for the independence of the country. We were all united. We danced together as people. We need that. We also want to make sure this country provide justice, equal justice for everyone, women, children, Bari, Dinka, at equal face. We want to make sure we rebuild our own cultural heritage as people, because our culture right now has been destroyed because of the war. We take things from Kenya, from Uganda, from America, but we must rebuild our culture so we can draw from that culture. That is where we can draw our base of civilizations. We also want to make sure we provide a conducive environment so that our people can work and have the dignity to provide for their own families. We also want to provide a conducive environment for our children to learn. We know every child, when given that opportunity, they can go to the moon. We cannot always talk about just local issues. Let's give that a chance to our children, girl child, boy child, to learn so that they can take us, they can compete with other children in the world. If they want to take us to the next frontier, they can do that. And they will be proud, and they will proudly say, South Sudan brought this new inventions. Let's provide that environment. That is a simple message of NPP. Thank you very much for your time. Bemajuk, I'll pass it on to the next colleague, and we appreciate the time we spent with you guys today. We look forward to coming back and have a deep conversation on issues affecting our country. We welcome all other political parties to join us. They can reach to us. We can talk together to move this country forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Banyagok. To our viewers, and most especially the members of other political parties, if you disagree with the positions of National Progress Party, then Lagos State Media will be so delighted to bring you on board jointly with the National Progress Party leadership so that you can debate. If you say there is no, we don't need foreign elections due to some reasons, then this is the platform for you to come and argue it out. And the members who believe that elections is a gateway to set a right buttons of the country to move forward, they will also argue it on their part. So I'm putting this across to take it and inform others. And we are ready to ask anybody who is willing to sensitize our people and our citizens in regard to the election. Thank you so much, Benyagok, and thank you so much, the leadership of National Progress Party. Let me move to Ben Malit. You can give us your opinions, and then the choir made it, as said by our brothers from Unity State, will conclude it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben Majok, and thank you to Lex Media. What I'm going to say is this, and I'm inviting South Sudanese to join the NPP, because NPP is the party that is going to bring positive change to our country. And the reason I'm saying this is that we stand for peace and a civil political discourse between political parties. We just talk as brothers and sisters, whether we have different ideas or the same opinion on certain issues. It doesn't matter. We need something that is going to be good for the progress of South Sudan. So I'm appealing to other political parties to join us so that we can bring positive change to South Sudan. The other thing that I need to put across as a message from the NPP is that we need our people to live in peace where there is no crime. So we appeal to our people to stop killing each other, attacking each other, they need to reject politicians who come and give them gun to fight themselves. So that's something they need to stop, so that we can have progress in South Sudan. And the other things I would like to say, which we did not discuss here, is for our people to look into the current development of the new constitution. So if we are going to have a stable country, we must have stable laws as well. So our people in the villages, they need to participate in the process of writing the new constitution. So don't keep silence. Ask for that process. How is it going? The chiefs in the villages, paramount chief, they need to be part of the committee that is writing the new constitution, because that's very important. Because that constitution is the one that is going to govern the process of the election. So without the rules, you don't even know what you are doing. So that's part of the process as well. So I'm encouraging our people to be part of that and ask questions and ask for the chance to be part of that process. So it is something very important. So no one is going to sit at somewhere and write laws that we don't understand. No, we need our laws to be part of our culture, part of our way of life, and the things that we do as a people. We don't go and borrow laws from British or from America. No, we need South Sudanese laws. So that's why we are going to have a round table discussion from every community, from every tribe, so that we understand what do we need to be in the constitution, so that nobody is going to complain later on. So that's the message that I want to put across, and we need the election to go forward. That's what I want to repeat, because the parties who are now in the government of national unity, they want to continue ruling the country that way. They don't want to go away. You have five vice presidents, and when the election comes, all of this is going to disappear. And so that's the reason why people are saying, no, election is not good now. No, there is interest in the people who don't want the election. But for us, what we need is to begin the process now, so that we know where are we going. If there's something wrong, we fix it. If there's something good, we keep it, and then we move forward from there. So that's my message, and that's part of the NPP messages to all political parties. So I invite you to join us. Let's move forward, and let's move South Sudan forward as a group. And I'm appealing to our communities in 10 states to join the National Progress Party as we move forward to build South Sudan. So let's build South Sudan together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben Malinkur, for your remarks and for your call to the people of South Sudan and to the government of South Sudan and to other political parties. Thank you so much. We move to the chair, who is the deputy chair, Ding Ding, to give us his last parting shot in regard to the takeaway that many listeners want to take away, and also the message to the government of South Sudan as well as other political parties. Thank you so much. The chance is yours.
Thank you, Majok and Brother James and Brother Jacob for the well representation that we did today in Lake Media show. What I want to say, there are a few things. One, like we mentioned earlier on our opening remark, we said NPP is a new party. Being a new party, we are welcome everybody who is willing to be a part of the process of development of South Sudan. NPP is the right place for you to be, so that you can come and participate in the new ideas, and also to have well-listening groups that can listen to you. We are all open that we can listen to you, so that we can be able to be a member of NPP. If you are here in abroad, our contact we will share with you. If you are at home, still the same thing. We are inviting anyone who is interested to be part of NPP. Please, you are welcome, and that's why we were here, so we can increase our dynamic horizon of our party. That's one of the reasons. The second to it is about election. Yes, one of the reasons that we encourage myself, I want to ask our government of South Sudan generally to increase the speed of election, because the more we will speed the election timetable, everything will be peacefully, and that's why we call for election. Election is one of the peace promotion in our country. If you go around in South Sudan now, you find people are asking for election. The reason they're asking for election, not because they hate those who are in the position. They need to bring new changes, and election is the one will bring new changes that will move country forward to better standard that we all require or we all ask for. So it's good to cooperate with the party council office and electoral commissioner office so that they can speed their process. Whatever party that is ready to participate later on can follow under requirement that they need, because we know there are a lot of requirements that will come out later when the election process begin. And this one, it will not accomplish it in a shorter time, because I remember when we start our mobilization, it's 3 years until we came and do our convention and did our convention. That's why we really asking the government to push forward with a team of electoral commissioner and party council to make process what possible. So those are one of the things we need to ask them so that they can be able to conduct election. Whatever problems that need to be fixed, let them invite all the parties, like what we are doing, so that they can share the ideas, so that everybody can be inclusive, so that when election rules come out or whatever conduct, nobody will feel is left out in a process of election. And we already see it last time for code of conduct of election. Some of the people really feel like they're part of it, because the guideline was sent to the all parties, and then they go and share their ideas, and then they bring it in and they put together, and that's how things are going forward now. So let's be positive for us to judge this not going to happen while we don't know yet. Let's give it to the hands of who is going to do it, so that we can adjust it wherever there is a little burning of the process on the way. So that's what I can say. And also I want to say to the Lake Media, thank you so much for hosting us today. And we hope we will come back again for more clarification. If there are some people who are not satisfied with what we lay out today, yes, those are our parties. Those are ideas that we create our party. And if you want to if you disagree with it, not because there's harm to you. That's how we plan, and that's how we think this is what we need to be done. And that's why we did our political program, so that it can move the country forward if election was done. And I hope when election come, there are some good changes will come out of it, without with the fear of so many things that has been done. We will not shy or block ourselves, hoping that there's nothing going to happen. Let's fix it, and then we will move forward. That's what I conclude now, Brother Majok and the viewers. I thank you all for participating. And if there's anyone that we did not answer their questions, we will go back to it and look at it. And then if there's any feedback, we will still send it to Brother Majok, so that they can feed you with your questions, so that you can be satisfied. And thank you so much for welcoming us. And we hope we meet next time again. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I will give appreciations under two categories. On behalf of Lagos State Media, we deeply appreciated our viewers for always tuning in and sharing once we have live show. We believe it is our responsibility and obligations as a media to engage with the young mind, vibrant people in our country, to share their thoughts with their fellow South Sudanese. And as most of you are aware, media is one of the biggest platform currently as technology is taking over the world. So we must use our media positively to impact the change that we want to the society and to our country. Thank you so much. Keep following Lagos State Media and keep sharing. It is our mandate to bring people on board and our guests to come and talk to you. Secondly, we deeply appreciate the leadership of National Progress Party. We are honored to host you as Lagos State Media today. And since this is our first phase of conversation, we will have our second conversations once again in order to update the public on the progress of your political party. And we will always be close to you, because this is, once you have political party, the media will always be part of you in order to sell your agenda to the public. Lagos State Media is open to all political parties, to all political leaders, to other activists, to church-based group, to women's and to youth. We are open to anybody who have something to share with the fellow South Sudanese. Thank you so much for your time. I understand you have busy schedules and different timing, but you have sacrificed everything in order to articulate the issues of our country to the best of your knowledge and to the best of your political party agenda. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Lagos State Media team in the studio, thank you so much. Abraham Adin Majak, you always on time. Thank you so much, the President Isaac Tiempol and Gardeng Mabok and Deputy President Bolmakur. I deeply appreciate you on behalf of Lagos State Media. Up to this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you be safe wherever you are. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Republic of South Sudan. Thank you.
In Juba, Malatori, Ayam Yo, Ping William, in Benti, Walla Quaju, Kayawao, Ping William, in Malkal, Walla Pinyaram, Ping William.